Good morning. I hereby call to order this 20th meeting of the Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission for the year 2025. We welcome everyone joining us here in the room today, as well as those joining us on the live stream. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. At today's meeting, which is open to the public, the Commission will act on various matters. Since adequate forms have been made available for public participation in cases before the Commission, there is no opportunity for the public to address the Commission at this public meeting. The public meeting motions, statements, and video will be available on the Commission's website later today. The first matter on this morning's agenda is the approval of the minutes of the meeting of September 25th, 2025. I would like to recognize Commissioner Yanora as the editor of the minutes. Commissioner Yanora.
Thank you, Chairman. I reviewed the minutes of the September 25th, 2025 public meeting and move that they are approved as submitted. Thank you.
Heard the motion by Commissioner Yanora. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Zerfas. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The minutes are approved by a vote of 5-0. Let us begin today on today's agenda on page 1 and matters presented by Director Yoder and the Bureau of Audits. I move that the Commission adopt an omnibus motion, both items on page 1, beginning with the audit report on Duquesne Light Company's energy statements of efficiency and conservation, and continuing and ending the omnibus with a single item on page 2, the audit report on Andresi Gas Company's gas cost rate, and release the reports to the public. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Vice Chair Barrow. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and matters are approved by a vote of 5-0. Turning to page 3 of today's agenda, matters presented by Director Hafner and the Office of Special Assistance. I move that the Commission adopted an omnibus motion, both items on page 3, beginning with the proposed opinion and order in the formal complaint of SCH USA LLC versus Aqua Pennsylvania Wastewater, and continue the omnibus to include both items on page 4, and the single item on page 5, ending the omnibus with a proposed opinion and order in the application of Compi Transportation LLC. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Zerfas. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and matters are approved by a vote of 5-0. Turning to page 6 of today's agenda, matters presented by Director Diskin, the Bureau of Technical Utility Services. I move that the Commission adopt a tentative order regarding the cancellation of electric generation supplier licenses. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Vice Chair Barrow. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and matters approved by a vote of 5-0. Continuing on page 6 of today's agenda, it should be noted that the second item regarding the interconnection of tariffs for large load customers has been postponed to the public meeting of November 6th. Turning to page 7, I move that the Commission adopt an omnibus motion, all 3 items on page 7, beginning with the application of PICO Energy Company and ending the omnibus with the last item on page 7, the application of Broadview NP Acquisition Corporation. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Zerfas. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and matters are approved by a vote of 5-0. Turning to page 8 of today's agenda, I move that the Commission adopt the proposed order regarding the proposed tariff for PPL Electric Utilities Corporation. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Vice Chair Barrow. Any discussion?
Chairman, I have a statement.
Vice Chair Barrow.
Thank you. Please enter my statement into the record as though read in its entirety. I will highlight a few subjects that I would like the parties to pay particular attention to during this proceeding. So this is a rate increase request by PPL. They are seeking to increase annual revenues by 33.4%. The issues that I would like the parties to pay attention to are, first, there's been an extended stay out in between rate cases. PPL's last rate increase was over 10 years ago, back in 2015. This extended stay out, coupled with the Commission's recent approval of the waiver of PPL's DISC from 5% to 7.5%, has the potential to cause rate shock for PPL's customers, especially the low-income customers in the service territory. So I just ask the parties to pay attention to that in this proceeding and going forward. With regard to the company's capital structure, I've noticed that on several occasions, regulated utilities have requested to be awarded common equity ratio and debt capital outside of the apparently, and I'm going to put in quotation marks, apparently reasonable 50% equity and 50% debt capital structure. Though that structure results in millions of dollars that go into the rates of utility customers, as higher common equity ratio results in higher rates for services. Therefore, please take a careful look at the claimed capital structure and return on equity. Another issue is just tracking the interplay of capital from the parent company to the distribution company. See my written statement for that. Customer service issues and the impact on return on equity. See my written statement for that. Also, cost allocation in general. And the last issue I will read for you is universal service. So, large load additions and forecasts have substantially increased capacity prices in the last two PJM auctions. According to PJM's Market Monitor, 55% of that increase in capacity prices is attributable to large load growth. That's over the impact we're seeing, $7 billion with a B. Those costs have begun to flow down into customers' bills. So looking at the change in rates as of June 1st of this year, the increase to the cost paid by residential customers to support, for example, their CAP program, that's going to be up $37 million a year. So that is just a part of the total increase. And because of these increased capacity prices, we're going to see bill impacts ranging from 5% to 41% additional costs paid by customers. So I ask the parties to address, one, whether based on these increased sales or forecasts for increased sales, cost allocation is being done correctly, and also consistent with the rate-making principle of cost causation, whether cost causers should be allocated a share of universal service charges. Currently, the residential class will pick up all of the increases in cost, but they're not the ones that are causing the increase in cost to support the universal service programs. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vice Chair Barrow. Any further comments? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and matters approved by a vote of 5-0. Continuing on page 8 of today's agenda, I move that the Commission adopt the report on quarterly earnings of jurisdictional utilities and release the report to the public. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Zerfus. Any discussion?
Chairman,
Commissioner Yanora.
I have a joint statement with Commissioner Coleman. I ask that our statement be entered into the records if I read it in its entirety. I will not be reading it. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Yanora. Any further comments? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no.
No.
The ayes have it, and the matter is approved by a vote of 3-2, noting the dissents of Commissioners Coleman and Yanora. Continuing on page 9, I guess, of today's agenda. I move that the commission adopt the tentative order canceling the certificates of public convenience for motor carriers who fail to maintain evidence of insurance. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Vice Chair Barrow. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and matters approved by a vote of 5-0. That concludes the regular agenda for today. Now turning to the carrying agenda. On page 1 of the carrying agenda, and additional items presented by Director Hafner in the Office of Special Assistance, I move that the commission adopt the proposed opinion and order regarding the formal complaint of Janiqua Bradley versus UGI Utilities Incorporated Gas. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Zerfas. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and matters approved by a vote of 5-0. That concludes all agenda items to be considered today. Before we adjourn, I'd like to recognize Vice Chair Barrow for Energy Awareness Month. Vice Chair Barrow.
Thank you, Chairman. It is Energy Awareness Month, and as we recognize Energy Awareness Month, it's important to highlight the vital role consumers play in managing energy use and controlling cost. Here at the Commission, we are fighting to ensure reliable energy that's also affordable. Still, it's important to remember that the cheapest energy is the energy that we do not use. Simple actions like avoiding unnecessary electric use, adjusting thermostats, and running appliances during off-peak hours can result in real savings. And small changes in behavior can add up over time, reducing monthly bills. For those who are looking to take control of energy prices, I encourage you to visit the PUC's energy shopping websites, papowerswitch.com for electricity and pagaswitch.com for natural gas. For customers who are willing to track contract terms closely, savings are available. For some customers, time of use rates available from most EDCs can reward you for off-peak usage and save you money. We also remind consumers facing financial difficulties that help is available. The PUC requires utilities to offer customer assistance programs, and if you're struggling with energy bills, the first and the best way to get help is to reach out to your utility or to discuss these options for support. Beyond individual savings, energy efficiency and conservation help temper overall energy demand. Lower demand reduces stress on the grid, delays or eliminates the need for costly infrastructure projects like new power plants or new transmission lines. This benefits everyone by keeping long-term rates in check. So together we can make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair Barrow. If there is no other business to come before the commission, are there any objections to adjourning today's meeting? Hearing none, we are adjourned.